As you know, uh, President Biden told the Eritrean forces to withdraw from Tigray as soon as possible. If, in fact, like he said, if Isaias Afwerki will not arrest until he causes more damage in Tigray and he doesn't leave, what will be the consequences?
The consequences for the ascendancy of the Eritrean agenda go far beyond Tigray. The consequences for Tigray will be devastating. I mean, we will continue to see the same relentless destruction, no question. But the consequences will go beyond that, because the Eritrean modus operandi is lawlessness. It is power through the barrel of a gun, and only through the barrel of a gun. And we are seeing that logic beginning to infect politics across the region, in the confrontation between Ethiopia and Sudan, in the clampdown on the opposition within Ethiopia, and even in Somalia now, where the president of Somalia, Farmajo, is trying to follow the Eritrean model of consolidating authority, not following the principles of democratization. We will see the dismantling of the entire order in the Horn of Africa and more widely. And for 75 years, the world order has been built upon multilateral institutions, the rule of international law, basic respect for norms of international behavior and of how states treat their citizens, and indeed the laws of war, international humanitarian law, how you treat the citizens of countries if you occupy them. And Eritrea under Isaias Afwerki is abrogating all of those. It is, possibly the worst rogue state in the world. And if the rest of the world is going to sit back and accept and say, oh, well, we're not convinced that this is happening, we don't have the evidence, let's wait and see, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. This is, a bit like during the Rwanda genocide, during the wars in Yugoslavia, even during the Holocaust, saying we're not convinced, let's give the benefit of the doubt until we see with our own eyes. Well, now that evidence is coming out. It is, what was a trickle, what was just a few people speaking out and saying, this is what we believe is happening. And we, those of us who did this were, a few voices. Now, especially as the international humanitarian agencies begin to get access, as human rights organizations begin to interview the survivors who have made it as refugees to Sudan, or who have managed to escape from Tigray to Addis Ababa and come to the United States, as the voices begin to come out, this trickle is becoming a flood, and it will be undeniable. And the question will be asked of everyone who is in a position of international responsibility, in the United Nations, in the European Union, in the African Union, in the US government. Where were you? What did you say? What did you do when this evidence came out? Was your silence complicit in these crimes?
That's very powerful. Again, you bring another great point, which is the silence of the world. Like you said, everybody's trying to say we don't have enough information due to the blackout, the communication internet blackout. We don't have enough information. We cannot confirm. But how long is this going to go? I mean, they know that clearly the Abiy administration blocked the telecommunication and internet, and war has been happening in a virtual blackout, and a lot of atrocities have been committed in a virtual blackout. How long is this going to continue? What do you think the international community should do, or the Western should do, to stop this senseless war?